Hi everyone, it's Penny Black and Jill Foster here with a new PB&J card class. And today's video is all about introducing our new flower of the month. And as you can see, it is the Happy Sunflower. So just a reminder before we begin, why do we have this monthly kit starter? The first is it's a great motivation. We're introducing you to just 2 new stamp sets and die cuts each month with that novelty to keep you interested in your hobby without being overwhelming. Secondly, our Flower of the Month kit starter is very flexible. You can mix and match with your stash or add to your stash, and we'll give you a formula each month on how to build your own kit, and you can mix and match with previous month's kits and products. And finally, our Flower of the Month kit starter is commitment free. So you can simply just see what the new flower is, what the new kit starter is each month, and purchase what you love. So keeping things very simple and inspiring. So now let's take a closer look at this month's flower of the month and what is new this month. This is one of my favorite flowers of all time. It is the sunflower. So we have the sunflower set, beautiful sentiment, this great postcard background you can use, leaves and different things you can add in with your sunflowers. And then the holder for your sunflower or the vessel is a wheelbarrow. So, and these do have the cutouts available. So here is a closer look at this set. I love that birthday sentiment with the reference to the bright and happy colors of the sunflower. That great postcard, you could use that for so many different things. And then the wheelbarrow. And remember this vessel or holder and the flowers you can mix and match with the previous vessels or holders and flowers from the previous months. And again, these do have the cutout dies available for them. Next, I will show you how you can build your own kit or what I put in my kit from my Penny Black stash. I love with Penny Black products that they never go out of style, so you can return to these again and again. These ones I've used to build my kit are definitely classics I go to again and again. The first is picking a background or a frame die. So this month I chose our Zigzag Stackers die set. Love this, it's one of my favorites. For an embossing folder, I've chosen our Geometric embossing folder, a very nice geometric pattern that you can use for any season, for any type of card. Then I have a die cut sentiment. This is a nice large word, happy. So really great with that happy birthday sentiment that comes with the flower set. Then I chose some die cut flowers that can fit in our new holder in a wheelbarrow. So I chose 51-735 and Impression. And then for a die cut holder, I'm using the bows from our Jumbo Bobble die set. So here's a closer look at these. This is that Zigzag Stacker, such a great stacker stitching die. And here's that geometric embossing folder. As you can see, you could use that for anything from Christmas to birthday to everyday thinking of you cards. Here is that word happy. And I like to prep all of these things from my kit in advance, so I've cut them out and just keep them in an envelope ready to go for whenever I'm ready to create. These are those die cut flowers from the An Impression die cut set. And if you see anything in this video that you are loving, I will have everything listed within one blog post. It'll show all of the kit starters, the things in my kit, and all of the cards and what was used on each one in one blog post. So I'll have that for you linked below in the YouTube description box. And these are the bows from that Jumbo Bobble set, and I love putting these either layered together or individually along the stems of the flowers. So that's how I will be using those to hold or sort of be a vessel for the flower stamps. Now, as with every month, I always have these out on my desk, so I reach for them again and again and again. And this is the Essentials. So we have the Background Basic stencil set, posted cutout, and Soaring. I like to use the butterflies in that. I also pulled in a butterfly from our Butterflies and Leaves die, and that'll be on the blog post. Now, stay tuned in this video because towards the end, I'm going to show you how adding just 2 things to your kit, you can take this Sunflowers Flower of the Month kit starter and make lots of autumn cards with it as well. So here is a look how I pulled together all of these items with our new kit starter, and then also in the kit that I created using that formula to make some cards. So here is the first card. I loved filling up this wheelbarrow with all of those sunflowers. I did some stenciling in the background and stamped that postcard in the background. Here again, sort of that same idea, but I filled up that wheelbarrow, actually stamped that directly onto the card and just cut a slit and tucked in all of the flowers. Here is where you can see those bows, that die cut I layered up. I used the stems from the die cut flowers, the An Impression set, to make these really long sunflower stems, and you can see that zigzag stackers die. Here is a very simple card, almost one layer with just the sunflowers featured along with that beautiful sentiment that's part of the set. I've used that sentiment again here, but pulled in the embossing folder and that die cut word. Again, that's really great. And just use the tops of the sunflowers. Here is that wheelbarrow that I filled up with my die cut flowers. You could fill it up with previous month flowers or die cut flowers from your stash. Here I did that homemade postcard with part of the wheelbarrow and the flowers inside. Now here's how you can give this kit an autumn twist. I just pulled in our Always Thankful sentiment set and our Pumpkins and Leaves die cut set, and these work perfectly with these sunflowers. Here you can see I've tucked in just a pumpkin and a little leaf and mixed it with those sunflowers and given this just this beautiful autumn card and design. I love making autumn cards, and the set can be used both ways. Here I've put in all those little pumpkins and leaves from that die cut set. They work perfectly inside that wheelbarrow. And remember, you can also mix and match with previous months' sort of vessels or flowers. So if you remember, our very first flower of the month kit had the tulips and those boots. So this month I pulled out those boots and decided to make an autumn card with the sunflowers. So you can see they fit in there perfectly. And I tucked those pumpkins from our Pumpkins and Leaves die set just around the boots. Use the stencil and that autumn sentiment to mix and match and bring it all together. I hope you've enjoyed this video and all of the inspiration. And again, happy stamping to you with our Flower of the Month kit starter.